This is BNN, the most trusted name in nonsense.
Okay, kids, time to get ready for school. Come on down to the kitchen.
Okay, Mom. Hey, what's for breakfast?
Oh, you hear that familiar refrain every morning. Don't you want to make sure they start their day with the zip they need to compete in school? This is no time for some namby-pamby eggs and toast, or time-consuming pancakes or waffles. Save that for Saturday. What you need is something they'll eat without questioning or fussing. Reach for the box that calls out to them every morning.
I'm Macaw Mike, and I'm psycho for Sugaroos.
Part of the most incomplete breakfast you can buy. And kids, remember what Macaw Mike says.
It's sugar sweet and good to eat.
Each heaping bowl full of Sugaroos is packed with 100% of the sugar you should ingest in an entire week. And now, with brown nuggets of chocolate-flavored substance, let's call them energy nuggets, and fortified with coffee extract, Sugaroos will provide the boost that will put some pep in their step. And by the time they've come down from their sugar high, diabetic shock, or whatever happens around 10:30 a.m., you'll be half passed out, falling into your second martini and wondering what happened to your life. Sorry, this is getting a little darker than we were expecting. Just remember what Macaw Mike says.
I'm psycho for Sugaroos. Psycho for Sugaroos. Psycho for Sugaroos.
In an effort to breathe some life into this tired shtick, the producers of the Dullards Club for Men and Women Too are proving yet again that they'll try anything. This latest gimmick has us partnered with Laughtronics, a 1960s-era TV sitcom tool that helps dullards know when to laugh and when to just be bored. We hope you laugh at the right times now. Leave us your comments on Facebook or at boring@thedullardsclub.com. Now, on with the show. Hey, welcome to, well, before I even say that, I should say that in spite of popular opinion, against all odds and against our better judgment, we are here for season 2, ready to rock and roll or do whatever it is that we do and that we have been doing for the past...
I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. So you had the audacity, by the way, a little aside here, to actually take some vacation while we were on vacation.
Yeah, I did. We went to see the mouse down in Orlando. It was enlightening. It's not the first time we've gone. This one may have been the last time. I'm just either getting too old for this crap or what. But the rest of the family will go back at some point. But I think I've sort of... it's run its course for me. It was a fun time, but, I also got sick at the tail end of it, so that didn't help matters.
Well, I was thinking about that too, because apparently now, of course, there's a lot of stuff going on here. You can't tell whether it's flu or RSV or RSVP or whatever it might happen to be. COVID something or other. It could be just about anything, but it seems like the whole world, and certainly any place where you're going to gather that number of people is like a walking petri dish.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's for the first time in a long time, I actually put a mask on during the flight home.
How did it work with the ears? You get the ears and the mask on at the same time. How does that work?
I don't do the yeah. Not gonna happen. That's just me. But I feel that way about any time I go anywhere on vacation. I'm not a souvenir person. How about you?
I find that my memory is still good enough where I can recall what I did. And if it was any good, I will remember it fondly. And if it was no good, then I don't have to spend a whole lot of time thinking about it. But if I had to wear a T-shirt that said where I was, where I had been, I always feel weird wearing something that somebody's going to read.
Well, and right alongside with the souvenirs and all that is, I didn't take one picture during that vacation.
Oh, come on.
I'm not a picture taker, and It's like, I don't need a picture to know I've been there. But people love taking pictures, so that's just one more way I'm different.
You are different. I would say odd, but
Well, you can go with
a lot of what you're talking about, I can ascribe to the same thing.
Yeah.
So I won't call you odd, because if I did that, I would be self-proclaiming.
Maybe unless you mean AWED. I mean, odd.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Just checking.
Anyway, so anything else happened while you were away,
Well,
or
you know,
anything
it's
else
fun-
kind of
yeah.
struck your?
There are a couple of things that struck my curiosity here, piqued my curiosity. And sadly, because of plane things being in the news very
Yeah, right.
recently,
Right.
thankfully not as tragic as they could have been, but still the event themselves. But it made me think, and this had nothing to do with the most recent ones, but you occasionally will hear about a bird strike, and that's what causes that birds get into jet engines or
Yeah,
whatever
right.
and
Of
screw
course,
things
yeah.
up. How, over the course of aviation history, has somebody not come up with engineering some kind of a screen to
I'm just
put in
thinking-
front of the jet engine to block? It's like a steel mesh. There's got to be a reason it hasn't happened.
That's a really good idea. I think maybe you should spend a little engineering time on that, because
on Shark Tank.
it makes too much sense.
I don't understand how that can't be made of some heavy-duty steel mesh that would just let the air come in, but not a friggin' bird. I don't
Yeah.
understand it. There's got to be a reason. So any listeners and viewers out there who are pilots or aviation experts,
Right.
or clearly more intelligent than we, that could come with a reason that we're just not thinking of, I can't believe it hasn't happened yet.
Hey, so I was in a drugstore, one of the large chain drugstores. Should I give them I'm going to give them a plug. Maybe I can help them out a little bit.
Does it
They're
begin with C? Or does
They,
it
they're called CVS. You may
Okay.
have heard of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
They have a small little regional chain.
Sure.
But I was there picking up a prescription, and when you go to pick up a prescription, at least now, you get herded into this one single line. I was in a line that was almost all the way out the door. And you know me, whenever I get into any kind of a retail situation with all the colors and lights and everything,
Scan those aisles.
I am so easily distracted. I noticed there are so many. What do they call these things? The things that you used to buy at like GNC. They're all
Supplements.
they're all supplements, right? Exactly. They're not drugs. They're packaged to look like drugs. They make claims as if they were drugs. The only thing that separates them from drugs is the fact that no one's ever had to test them to see if they actually did what they claim to do. And I've got a bone to pick with some of these things. There's how much St. John's wort do you need in your diet in order to make sure that you're regular, or whatever it does. I don't know. Eye of Newt. There's a whole. They got a witch section. It's crazy. But one thing I noticed. First off, the prices on these things are off the charts.
Because it can. Right.
And there's a couple of things that I always notice. They are the mind enhancing drugs. There's one, I don't know, Vulcan Mind Meld or something. I don't know what that last one is. But I saw the one, this thing called Nariva, and it has an ingredient called, and this is perfect, Cognivive. I mean, that's got to be good for you, right? It's got to be exactly what you need. Cognivive.
Cognitive.
Yeah, exactly.
Like covfefe.
It is like covfefe. There's another one. It's supposed to be good for whatever ails you, I guess. It's your digestion, your circulatory system. Anyway, this is a product. The product is great because it's just like, as I said, it does everything. It's called ubiquinol. I can't believe they'd even get away with that. How would they? How do they even? I mean, I know how they come up with it, but how could they have the balls, whatever?
Somebody got a salary to come up with that name too.
It's great. And I wonder how many people walk through there and just don't think anything of it. Oh, yeah, ubiquinol. That makes sense.
But whatever else. Yeah.
Hey, I think we've talked ourselves right into a break here, haven't we?
Yeah, we probably have about 10 minutes ago. But no. This is as good a time as any. And
I think so.
What can we expect when we come back, Pat?
I have
think
no
it'll be time to. Will we be still circling?
We may be circling the drain as if we have not been already, but that's what we can expect. I thought you were talking specifics here, but I have no idea. No.
Well, we'll see what the specifics are as we circle.
All right, we'll be right back. Join us then.
When you need your dough to be kneaded and baked, there's only one choice, the Upper Crust Bakery. We only prepare our dough for those who are prepared to spend theirs on the finest puffed pastry, the most elegant eclairs, and breads fit for a nobleman. We don't do anything half-baked or unleavened. No matter what the occasion, our bread will rise to it, and we'll prove it. Sorry, that's a more obscure baking term only used by the absolute upper crust. You'll marvel at how flour, eggs, yeast, milk, and water can come together to produce the lightest, most delicate baked goods. And when we're baking, the scent of old money can be savored for miles around. If you appreciate the finer things and have plenty of dough, place your order for holiday or special occasion breads and cakes with the Upper Crust Bakery.
Hey, St. Patty's Day is coming, and just in time, we're baking everyone's favorite Bready O'Puss. He's like Fudgy the Whale, only made from real Irish soda bread. Order today.
All right, it is time to wrap it up. And we are going to circle the drain, as we do all the time. I shouldn't make such a big deal out of it because you should expect to be circling at this point in the program. I was talking earlier in the first part of the show about these various mind enhancement kind of drugs. And I just had to mention, because I don't think I did mention it before, that Prevagen is the one that always comes to mind for me. I was walking through it. I saw that there was a Prevagen regular strength. Yeah. There's a Prevagen extra strength. And there's a Prevagen professional strength. Now, please tell me.
That's dangerous.
Exactly. Is that a Freudian kind of thing where you only get to use that when you're on the couch and you want to dredge up these old, repressed memories, or, I don't know. But
I was thinking the other day of we often talk about remember whens and things we grew up with. Mm-hmm. And two things struck me. One, I guess it was the beginning of my not feeling well, but it was like I just felt so down and just tired all the time. And it made me think of, damn it, I should go buy some Geritol. Remember the days of Geritol for iron poor blood? And I looked it up to see if it's still out there. It is, but I didn't realize there was a whole scandal. They were sued and false advertising was taken off the market for a while. That'll be a lengthy discussion for later. Yeah. But along with the Remember Geritol, I don't know what made me think of it. There was some flavored thing you put in your water. Do you remember Zarex?
Sure.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
There was the fruit flavored stuff. It was like fruit syrup. You put it in there.
It was like liquid
syrup.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, exactly. It was before. Was it before Kool-Aid?
I don't know.
They had Kool-Aid, but it wasn't sweetened. You had to use your own sugar.
I used to use Zarex in milk. It was like a treat. It was like
strawberry milk.
Yes,
my
exactly.
favorite. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What else you got?
Well, I was fiddling around on my phone the other day and realized it was starting to slow down. And I've had that happen to me once before, and that's usually a prelude to going to buy another phone. Yeah. Because there's just nothing that, they tell you that there's nothing they can do, and they tell you that they can't replace the battery, but here you've got a special on phones. And I realized that what it really is it's a new promotion from Motorola. It's the Motorola Slow Go promo, where if you can't get it going, we'll take your phone back and give you some money off of it or whatever.
I was thinking it was in the last holiday. It wasn't this past. It wasn't Valentine's Day. But have you bought a greeting card lately? A real one, like a Hallmark or something?
Yes.
They're up to like $8, $7.99, $6.99. I saw a $9.99. Who the hell is? I mean, I'm sorry. I would rather wish them a happy birthday or whatever and go to the dollar store for $1.25. I can get a card, or if you get them on sale, they're $2 for $1. Does anyone know or care? People look at them and go, "That's nice." It goes up on a shelf for maybe a week, and then it's in the trash can.
Well, if if you go to the dollar store, you might just end up with a happy bit day. Instead of, because they just lop off a couple of letters. I had a bunch of other stuff here, but again, we've gone on far too long. We've got to say our sayonaras here. This meeting of the Dullards Club for men and women too is coming to its adjournment. And I want to remind you that we're out there on the web at the dullardsclub.com. And you can go and you can comment on what we're doing. You can join us on
see
Facebook.
All of season 1's episodes and the best of.
and some of the worst as well. And it's all out there. And, of course, our Facebook page. Join us.
Dullards Club for men and women, too, I believe.
Yes, I think you're right. Anyway, we're taking off now. Enjoy your week.
And meanwhile, we should remind them all to
stay dull. Thank you for reminding me of that.
There you go. Bye.